Hi, welcome to the April Hop. It's called For the Love of Crafting and Sharing. This is a group of crafty channels that are working together all year long. This month, our challenge is to use our paper scraps. I'm Emilee, and you've found Emilee's Paper Caper, where we're all about scrapping our stash and getting some pages done. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button and bell icon now. So, using scraps is one of my favorite things, and so I love the challenge for this month to use our scraps. I'm working with some photos taken when we met characters at Epcot. We met Joy and Sadness from the Disney movie Inside Out. If you've seen this movie, the little circles represent emotions. So I'm using my scraps to punch out many different colored circles, and I'm going to create a background for this page using these circles. The characters we met, Joy had a beautiful yellow dress, and Sadness had beautiful blue hair. They were one of my favorite character meet and greets on our trip last September. So I wanted to do something fun and special for this layout. I'm doing a lot of the layout off camera. I just want to show you enough so that you get a feel for how I did this. The first step was to adhere all the circles for the borders on each page. Next, you'll see me get out my clear, transparent Gesso, and I'm just going to cover a good portion of each of the background pages with the Gesso because I want to go in and create some more circles with, of all things, a toilet paper tube. During this unique time when toilet paper has been hoarded, I thought it would be fun to try something a little different with a toilet paper tube. First, I've got to get the gesso on now and let it dry, and then I'll come back and have fun with that paint. Since the main colors in the photos are yellow and blue, I've decided to use some yellow and blue acrylic paint. I'm going to dab the end of the toilet paper tube into the paint and then just randomly add some more circles to the background. This is a lot of fun. It was pretty quick. Actually took longer for the paint to dry than to actually do this technique. I think adding the clear, transparent gesso to the background helps the paint apply a little easier, and it certainly looks great when the final product is dry. I use the same tube for both colors. I use one end for the yellow, and then I just turn it over and use the other side for the blue. I noticed that as I was pushing the paint onto the page that there were some splatters that occurred, and I really liked the look. So I went back in with my paintbrush and created some splattering and drips to add some interest to the background. I let these dry, and I've come back now to add the photos and title and embellishments. I'm working with 6 photos. One of them I cut down to just a roughly 2.5 by 2.5 square. There was a sign that said long-term memories because that's what these little circles represent in the movie, is your memories and your emotions. So I thought that that was kind of a nice embellishment for the page. I like to do all my adhering adhesive application at once. I already had kind of laid out all those photos, so I know where they're going to go. Now that they're all have adhesive on there, I can just flip them over and get them placed on the page. I did quite a bit of that off camera. Now I want to go in and add some embellishments. I have some brads that I want to put on 4 corners of 2 photos, and then I'm going to use some photo corners for 2 more photos. First though, I want to get that page title on. It's going to say Joy and Sadness. I don't usually use a straight edge when I'm putting on my page title with letter stickers, but this particular font is pretty wonky, so I wanted to try to make it even. The letters themselves are pretty curly, swirly, and a little bit hard to line up, so I thought at least I would have that straight edge as kind of a guide. I know a lot of scrapbookers are quite particular about their spacing and getting things on a page straight. Most of the time, that's just not me. I like a very scrappy look, and if things aren't quite perfect, I like to consider it just that's what a scrapbook is, kind of put together and collaged. I do admire ladies who are very precise. I think their work is beautiful, but I personally just don't find that I have enough patience for that. For the brads, I'm going to use this paper piercer. It is a sharp one and there's not a lid for it, so I picked an old eraser to kind of store it by poking the sharp end into that eraser so that I don't accidentally poke myself with it. Now that I have those holes, I can place the brads, and I'm going to use a special tool that helps me close the brads. It's a We Are Memory Keepers tool. It's a pink tool. At one end there's a paper piercer, and at the other there's this really cool, I guess it's a utensil of sorts that helps you separate those 2 prongs of the brad without using your fingers. I find that when I use my fingers to do that, it just really hurts. So I got this tool some time ago, and you can see I'm using it here. It really works fabulously. It's much easier to get those prongs flattened, and it's certainly a lot less painful than using your fingers. Now it's time for some liquid adhesive to get those photo corners on. Going with the yellow and blue theme here, I'm putting yellow photo corners on the photo with Joy to match her yellow dress, and I'm putting blue photo corners on the picture with Sadness, who has the beautiful blue hair and kind of blue skin, and she was so cute. Here is a look at the completed layout. I hope you will enjoy the other ladies on this hop. All of their links are down below in the description of this video. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep on scrapping, everybody.